Hey there, so today we have another review, another beer from Hidden Springs. We've got a bunch to get through, let's go. So, oh, this guy. I don't know if you guys know who this is, but it feels like the guy that I know. Anyway, this is Hidden Springs, Apple of My Eye. It looks like the kid, it looks a lot like the kid. They can't be referencing that. Anyway, there's a video of a kid that's like 6, 7. It's like, I had a dream, and you do it like I did. Love that meme. Anyway, it looks like kids. I mean, like, you think a kid off the shelf would pick this up? Got Mario crayons, Apple Switch, Legos, Beetle flowers, dinosaur, Batman. They're going for the kids. What's going on? And they got an apple, and he's sitting there. Love label. So I'll give you that. This is a 5.5. Okay, so this lock up 5.5. Apple IPA. Oh, sorry, apple pie inspired. Sorry, apple pie, by the way, is one of my favorite desserts. I'm not a sweets guy. People have birthdays, bring cupcakes at work. I always turn it down. I feel bad, but I don't like sweets. And then also, this was canned actually 4 months ago, so I actually suspect that was an issue. So they do batches. I imagine Hidden Springs might have a canning line. Yeah, I mean, they're doing can data on here. And they can't sell it all. So thankfully, you get to pick singles off. No issue. It's not hoppy beer. Sit in the fridge. Go 4 months in. Why not? See. Beer comes in a medium gold color with a little bit of haze on it. Definitely smells like apple. Sweet apple, candied apple. Maybe a little bit of that kind of like cinnamon sugar thing going on. For sure. Mostly smells like applesauce. Applesauce, especially the kids. The stuff they make has a little bit of cinnamon to it. Accentuates the kind of apple flavor of apple. It's tart. Ooh. The beer's sour. Ooh, very sour. So for apple pie inspired beer, it's a very sour beer. Jeez. I would definitely not make this beer that sour. Nice. Apple pie. Like, I mean, it depends what you put in your apple pie, but it's like cinnamon, a lot of the wintry fall spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, allspice. Yeah, these are all kind of brown. Traditionally, I think you just straight up put brown sugar and cinnamon in there. Appley sour, a little bit of spice. I don't know why they have lactose on this one. I mean, just so sour. There's no place for lactose to even grab onto your palate. There's no balancing of sweetness here. It is all just like, honestly, it tastes like you got a really sour Berliner and put a little bit of like apple cider in there, as in like Angry Orchard, so like really sweet. Yeah. The complexity is lost. The ability to create this kind of like brown sugar and the crust and the cinnamon profile and that kind of like unctuous quality when you like one of the great things about like American apple pie is like get that kind of like the crust and crack into it and so the flakiness, the buttery, then you get the how do you describe it? It's a molten lava thingy where you're throwing what is it, wheat flour into the filling
For what?
for apple pie to create that kind of like creamy texture, the creamy texture within the pie, then more flakiness, more crustiness. Like there's a beautiful complexity, and then if you want to make this beer even more complex, you do the a la mode thing. Anyway, we're talking about like multiple complexities of crust and flaky crust, and then the apple slices themselves that are really well cooked, and then that kind of like filling part, and then the bottom part of the crust. And when I drink this, do I get the complexity of apple pie? No, I get apple cider. There you go. What this reminds me of is a little bit like, it's a little bit apple juicy, like just like straight apple juice, but a little bit of like it's got a little bit more to it. So a little bit like the apple cider that you buy from the store when it's all cloudy. That's about it. It tastes like tart apple cider. I get reminiscent qualities of like a little bit of cinnamon in here, but it's so tart and it's so appley. It's so like bite into an apple kind of thing. A little bit of Granny Smith. It's very so what you don't want with apple pie sour is Granny Smith versus the complexities of a apple pie. Like if I told you, hey, I'm gonna serve you a piece of apple pie and I literally made you bite the Granny Smith apple, how would you feel? You'd be very pissed off. There is lacking complexity here. Way too sour. No point in lactose even being in here. So, wow. As a beer, you want to make it something, and instead, full blind. Here, she's off camera. Kitty, full blind. Would this taste like beer or apple cider?
I just had Rolaids, so it tastes weird.
But is that beer or apple cider? Or not apple cider, like juice apple cider, like alcohol.
Yeah, it's like adult cider.
Yeah, it tastes like that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I don't drink. I think I've only ever had cider like twice in my life.
I promise you, this tastes more like apple cider, like the adult version versus beer.
Hard cider.
Sorry, hard cider is the word I'm looking for. Hard cider tastes more like hard cider. It doesn't taste like beer. It definitely does taste like apple pie. I don't like hard cider, but it's tart and it's so appley, just like it's all apples. 82. 82. Apple my I just feel like it just fails the process. Like to create a beer that tastes so much like nicely sharp, and I love the acidity. I mean, we're talking about like hard ciders that I hate, which are sweet ones. This one has acidity to it, and it's really nice acidity, but it's a beer, and it tastes like hard cider. 82. Until next time, nice trip cider.